fall is here. It is no longer lurking in the background. It has made its full appearance, and while where I live it does not feel like fall, and it probably won't feel like fall for a while, I am still very much in that fall mindset, and fall is always the season that inspires me to sew the most. So I'm currently working on what I think is going to be my next sewing pattern, my first fall hopefully sewing pattern. Honestly, it'll probably be released a little bit closer to winter with like timing in terms of like creation and testing and all of that good stuff, but I'm currently working on that, and I think today I'm ready to jump back into that. There are also a couple of other projects that I want to work on, but we'll talk about that in the end of the video, kind of have like a looking ahead situation. Okay, so this is the dress. I'm going to step back so you can see it in its fullness. It has like the high slit here, has one pocket on this side because I felt like if I put a pocket here then you'd be able to see the pocket. This is the back of the dress, and yeah, let's get into the details. So this dress was inspired by a dress that I saw for sale on the website ASOS, and I really loved it. The dress was sewn out, but I felt like it was something that I could make. I felt like the skirt of the dress is very reminiscent of my Jameson skirt pattern. So that's basically what I did, was I took the Jameson skirt and I put the bottom of the Jameson skirt slightly modified onto a simple bodice. There are still some things that I'm working out with the bodice. Like you can see, there's a lot of like pull lines there, so I don't know if I need to release that a little more. There's also a lot of excess fabric here, so I could fix that by pulling this up, or I could take this in. I'm more keen to pull it up than to take it in. A little bit loose here. I want it to be like definitely a more fitted dress. And then for the skirt portion, I think that I see why the ASOS website takes the curve of the skirt all the way around to the back, whereas for me, the curve actually still just sits on the leg just a lot higher up. And then it doesn't curve around to the back, but I can see why it would benefit from curving around to the back. And now that I'm looking at it though, I think it's okay where it's at in the front. And I still kind of like it because I feel like it can be worn as is if you're feeling risky. First things first though, I need to make the modifications to the pattern, figure out what I'm going to do about the neckline, because looking at it in the video, I see like all of these drag lines and I'm never going to have peace about that. So I'm going to do those things, stop blabbing at you, and then jump back on once the pattern has been solidified. So I've decided I'm going to go with this fabric for the dress, mainly because, well, I want to do it in this fabric. I don't know if it's going to turn out well. And this I got from Joann's, so there's no more of it. It's a cotton linen blend. This I got from the DFW Fabric Row, so there is more of it or something similar that I can just go and pick up if this doesn't go well. Also, on my Pinterest board, I have a lot of like ginghams, plaits, and things like that pinned for the fall. So this will be like my first, or technically this is my first, but this will be like my second piece for my fall wardrobe. So yeah, it's the next day, got the pattern cut out. The only thing that I need to get cut out today is the bias tape. This is what I have left of the fabric, but it's all like very strange pieces, and that's kind of good data because if I am intending to take this pattern like to production, then I know that you're gonna need about 5 yards of the fabric for my size, so that's a good starting point. I'll still have to do the layouts and the math and everything, but good enough. I'm gonna take this piece here and I'm going to create some strips of bias binding for the arm size and the neck edge, as well as the back to finish that off. This is the last thing that I need to take out, and then I just have to change the thread on my machines and then get to sewing. So I do feel like maybe by the end of the day, like nightfall, the actual end of the day, I'll be done with this dress, but it shouldn't take me more than a day if I'm disciplined. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really feel like sewing today, honestly. I kind of just want to sit on the couch and make some bag charms and watch half and half, but I started the video and I want to finish the video because like I said, I want this out by Sunday. So I'm gonna get started today. Worst case scenario, I just kind of like drop it and pick it back up tomorrow on Saturday. So I'm finally about ready to head over to the machines, and I just wanted to show you how I organize things so that I can sew relatively quickly, because I just like to sew and get through things kind of fast. So first things first is I have like everything laid out. My pockets are laid out. These need to be serged before they can be attached to the skirt. I have the bodice pieces and they have darts. So all of the darts have been marked and pinned. So I'm going to go over to the machine. I'm going to serge these, move over to my sewing machine, sew all of the darts. Have the bias tape cut out. I don't pin my bias tape. I just put it together as I'm going. So I have all of that ready to go. And then for the skirt, because we're gonna have pockets, I can't close the side seams, but there's a center front and a center back of the skirts that do need to be closed. And now that I'm thinking about that, I can't close the center back. So I'm glad I actually said this out loud. This is why you talk about things. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna leave this pinned because I can sew this, press it, serge it as one. However, this is the back skirt and I am going to go ahead and unpin this. I'm going to serge these panels individually and then I'm going to sew them up to maybe like leaving this much open for the zipper insertion and then have the rest of that sewn down. So I'm going to go ahead and unpin that.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall.
Okay, so quick little recap of what we've accomplished so far. So I have the back of the skirt joined up into that point where I'm gonna attach the zipper, and then the pockets are attached. The side seams are serged. Same with the front, sewn down the center front, pockets attached, everything serged. So the skirt panels are ready to be joined together. And then I have the bodice portion. All of the darts have been sewn into it and pressed, and it's joined at the side seams. I'm going to go ahead and close those up, or excuse me, serge the shoulder seams, close up the side seams, and then I'm going to use stay tape to go around the neckline and the arm side, because there's going to be a lot more like manipulation and handling of the dress before I get to the point to where I need to apply the bias tape. And so in order that it doesn't get all stretched out or warped, I use stay tape. You could also do like stay stitching, which is something that I never do. Got this off of Amazon. I'll link it in my Amazon shop if you guys are interested. I personally swear by it. I think this is my third roll of it because I use it so much. I actually got put onto this through doing a lot of Vicky Sews patterns because they call for stay taping a lot throughout the process of their construction. So I started this at 10, I want to say it was like 10:40. It is now 11:24, and that is all the progress that I've made. So as you can see, it moves pretty quickly so long as you're like prepared. Okay, so it is the next day and I am back in here. I never did finish the dress yesterday. Literally wherever we left off was like, I think the last point for sewing. My camera died and then I was just like, screw it, moving on with the night. So the progress that we've made thus far is I have that is my son making noises with his mouth if you hear that. It is not the ladder or the other thing you may be thinking. Anyway, have the top. I have the stay tape in there so that the arm side and the neck doesn't move any. I have the front of the skirt constructed. So we have the ruffle on, it's been serged but not hemmed. The inside has not been serged. Let's see, the seam hasn't been serged or top stitched yet, so I still have to do that, but the pockets are on, the panels are connected. The next thing I'm going to do is sew the ruffle onto the back skirt, and then I'm going to serge and top stitch the ruffle, join the front and the back skirt, add my gathering stitches, add it to the top, add the zipper, bias bind the edges, and then we'll be done. It's probably gonna take like a couple hours, obviously. Sounds like a lot because it is a lot, but I really want to get this done because now I have another project in my brain that I want to complete. So hopefully I'll actually get started working on that. I can't even get to that until I finish the project that I have at hand because I am very much a one project in, one project out type of girl. I can't have two things running concurrently. It just kind of jumbles up my brain space. Okay, so we have, the skirt looks like huge. I think I must have added width into the skirt panels, or maybe it's just always been this like huge, but the skirt is pretty much constructed and finished. The pockets are on and I have them pinned to the waistband because these pockets are anchored to the waistband just to give them more stability. So I have them pinned to the waistband and I'm going to get those sewn on, but I just got something in the mail and I want to show you because I'm so excited. So this is like completely sewing related, but my latest fixation has been the brand Isabella Fiore, which is like an early 2000s. I've been like slowly building up my collection and I got this like super little cute one in the mail today. Isn't she adorable? Like a little baguette bag. Back to the skirt though. So now I'm gonna go ahead, baste the pockets, gather down the skirt, attach it to the bodice, get that all finished up. And then I put in the zipper. The last thing, which is why I which is why I use like staying tape on the arm side and the neck, is because the last thing is finishing that off because I want the zipper in so that I can finish off the edge, the top edge of the zipper with the bias tape. It just looks a little bit cleaner for me that way. So baste the pockets, get that gathered down into the skirt, put on the zipper, which I don't even know if I have a zipper, so let's see, here are my zippers. Oh, it looks like I might have one. Oop, I have a zipper. It's not as long as I would like for it to be, but if I don't have one that's longer, I could probably get away with the off-white. I mean, the only thing you're gonna see is like that little tab because when I sew an invisible zipper, she's invisible.
Ooh, baby, it's like the world is on our side. Nothing can bring me down tonight. And ooh, baby, when we're together, you and I, your touch sends chills down my spine. Alright, I got a brand new love. You take me away, girl, to a new level. It's heaven on earth, on earth. I found an angel. I found an angel among us. Ooh, an angel. Found an angel.
equally excited and nervous at the finishing of this dress, because whenever I finish a project, especially one that I am drafting for hopefully pattern development, this thing happens where that creation, that itch inside of me to create something new and exciting is scratched, and the monotonous work of actually going about putting together the pattern for development, grading, writing the instructions, digitizing, all of those things, they don't excite me as much, and so I do tend to move on. However, I did put out a filler post on Instagram to see what the people were thinking, and I got back some very encouraging responses, and so that does definitely motivate me and push me to want to finish the work of pattern development. The next step in this is going to be the digitizing. The skirt is digitized, but the bodice is not. So I'm gonna probably today run it over to Staples and go ahead and have them scan it so that I can just trace it off on my computer and get to work on the grading after the digitizing is done. But I do absolutely love it. I feel like this dress is a good blend of both the inspiration and me. I took a lot of notes from the inspiration, but also pulled from designs that I had already made, and I feel like the outcome is just really fun. I also feel like styling this dress up is a ton of fun. There are so many different ways that I can wear it. In this outro, I showed you 3 different ways that I do plan on styling it. The way that I'm wearing it right now is definitely probably how I'm going to be wearing it for the rest of the day. It's a relatively cool day here where I live. Fall is definitely making its entrance, and so I don't need to be fully covered, but it's nice to just have on a little bit of layering to keep me cool. Anyways, I am very excited to know what you are thinking about the dress, so let me know in the comments below. Earlier in the video, I did hint at looking ahead to what I am making. There is a set that I have pinned on my Pinterest. I'll put a picture here that I am desperate to recreate. This past weekend, I actually did go ahead and cut out some pattern pieces for it, but the fabric was just all wrong. It was very thin and very flimsy and would not lend itself at all to the design. So I'm kind of back to the drawing board. I originally wanted it to be in some sort of plaid or tartan, but the plaids that I do have in my stash are not enough to get out like a full set, so I'll have to keep tweaking and playing around with that. The next video on this channel is going to be the few things that I've already made for fall this far, this dress, and then I have 2 other dresses I think that I've made that I want to share with you and show you. So it may feel a little bit like the same because you will be seeing this dress in that video, but I'll try and keep that portion of the video pretty short and focus on another dress that I've already made for fall that I'm also very excited about. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hopefully sometime next week I'll be making that call for pattern testers, so keep an eye out on my communities tab for that. Or if you're not following me already on Instagram, go ahead and follow me on Instagram, because I will definitely announce it over there first, and those are usually the pool of people that I pull from first, because it's just a very easy way to collect data. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyways, that is all for this video. Until next time, stay beautiful, make something, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.